Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, we should be good. So, sorry for the delay of the start. It looks like the ADC that was on the roster, on the lineup to play today for Maximus Gaming did not show up in time. So Maximus Gaming had to emergency sub in with their normal jungler, and I can't see my cursor. Okay. So Maximus Gaming will be losing their first ban in the ban phase, and we will be moving on. Not again, losing the first ban. And we have on the side of Maximus Gaming, pay for free OP, the normal top lane of the top lane, Cozy Nebula, the jungler Snow returns in mid lane, Awesome Guy TX, who was the sub that was coming in to play jungle on ADC, and the Omnivious, aka pay what's his name? I only support DG. Yeah, he will be playing support. For PBE, we have a bit of a new lineup here. We have Charisma Yo in the top lane as per usual. We have J-Web coming in as a sub in the jungler, Expo in the mid lane, Prince Wayman on ADC, and the Benjamins on support. That's what I'm like. Anyway, just get a talkie. Can we have any commentary right now? Oh yeah, well there's your commentary. There's the update. We're gonna see PBE banning away the Leona and the Maokai from the support, and the Katarina getting banned away from the mid lane. Maximus Gaming banning away Yone from Expo. We'll see what they do with their second ban. And banning away the Lilia. I guess I'm assuming that's Lilia. But I don't know if J-Web playing Lilia jungle out here. Maybe he is. Going to ban away the Lilia from the jungle. First pick for PBE on the blue side. First pick. I got Diana locked in. Go ahead and pick it. This also counts as a takeaway. As you know, Maximus Gaming's mid lane likes to play a lot of Diana. That is no returns in the mid lane for Maximus Gaming. The Diana first picked by PBE as a priority and as a takeaway. I have not started the betting, but I did mean to start the betting, so let me go ahead and get that started here. We'll get this started. The betting started. You could bet PBE for PBE or bet Max for Maximus Gaming. We'll be get that started for the next 15 minutes. Go ahead and bet away all of your points. And let me continue playing this music. I was supposed to get something to eat, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna warm something up. Actually, I'll do that in a 3-minute delay. We'll continue talking about this here. We're gonna see Jin, Maximus Gaming's ADC, playing some Jin. Which is funny because I think that's what the other ADC would have played too. Okay, we'll see Kaiser. Okay, maybe these are just like kind of like the meta picks. Picking similar to what we would have expected already from the I think what's his name? Wise Jackal is the normal ADC that could not be here today for Maximus Gaming. And the Ezreal picked up by PBE. Volibear going over to Cozy Nebula, as per usual. We've seen Cozy Nebula play the Volibear before. And Renekton picked up, we would assume, for the top lane for PBE. And there is the Cho'Gath picked up by Maximus Gaming. We've seen Pay for Free LP play a lot of Cho'Gath. They put that priority on the Cho'Gath. Let's go into the second phase of bannings here. Let's see the Yuumi banned away for Maximus Gaming. A good snipe on the Benjamin, who does play a lot of Yuumi. The Fizz banned away. Going to see the Lulu banned away. So okay, so banning away those defensives, those kind of stalling supports from the Benjamins to pair up with the Ezreal in the bot lane. Banning away the Yuumi and the Lulu. And then we're going to see some focuses on the mid lane from PBE, banning away the Fizz and the Vladimir from Snow Returns. The Diana being picked away, the Fizz and the Vladimir, and the Katarina being banned away. We have to see what mid laner we see Snow Returns landing on here. And the Nautilus being picked up. Looks like I'd imagine that the Nautilus supports in the bot lane. Vector being picked up here. And Morgana. I'd imagine that's Morgana's support to pair with the Ezreal in the bot lane. And Echo being picked up for Snow Returns in the mid lane. Another one of those champions within that pool that you would expect. The Diana, the Echo, the Fizz.
I must not fall. Yes.
Okay, now I'm gonna take this opportunity to go and grab something to drink and eat. Be right back.
pushing out. We're not running round in circles anymore. Feels like I've been blown away, and I won't do it again. No, 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 I won't do it again. No, 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 I won't do it again. And I won't do it again. And I won't do it again. These words won't get through to me when I'm not listening. These words are no use, no telling me, is this worth risking? And I won't do it again. I'm reaching out, 'cause I cannot fight this feeling anymore. Feels like I've been blown away. I'm pushing out, we're not running round in circles anymore. Feels like I've been blown away, and I won't do it again. No, 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 I won't do it again. No, 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 and I won't do it again. And I won't do it again.
Here we are on the Rift. PBE versus Maximus Gaming. Maximus Gaming, after starting off with a little bit of a rough season, starting off like 0-2, maybe like 1-3. I'm not sure what they started off as, but they've won like their last 5 games in a row, and they have been doing much better recently. We have an engage in the mid lane. They're going to force off the flash off of J-Web with the hook from the Omnivious in the mid lane. All 5 members of Maximus Gaming running down the mid lane, taking advantage of the Nautilus hook to get the flash out of J-Web on the Diana early on. Sorry, I'm munching on some pizza.
Minions have spawned.
And on the other side, PBE has lost like their last 6 games in a row. After starting off with a really strong start, 3-1, these teams are kind of like the antithesis of each other. One team started off rough and has since been playing really well the past few weeks, and one team started off well and since has been playing poorly the past few weeks. So both of these teams, I mean, Maximus Gaming looking to continue their win streak, and PBE looking to snap their loss streak. We see a bit of a different roster for PBE than we've seen these past few weeks. So they've made some changes to seeing how that works out for them. Snow returns and Pay for Free OP have had some amazing games for Maximus Gaming in these victories, as well as, well, I think Wise Jacko has been the ADC, but he's not here. He's had some pretty good games as well. I think he had a pretty good game last week. But I think most of the success, you could say, from this team has come from the play of their solo laners, Pay for Free OP, and Snow returns. They're up against some pretty solid solo laners here as well. Charisma Yo and Expo. Of course, Expo is a well-known solo laner or just performer in BTL in general. So looking to see how this mid lane matchup plays out. The Victor into the Echo. Perhaps an engage here. Oh, but the gravity field from Victor stunning up the Echo as well. I was actually confused with stun Echo for a second. Pay for Free OP once again on this Cho'Gath. We've seen him play Cho'Gath multiple times. Seems to be a bit of a priority pick for them. Big engage here from Renekton in the top lane. Charisma Yo gets the first blood. Taking advantage of the low amounts of mana from the Cho'Gath and the Rage Bar from the Renekton. Picks him up the solo kill in the top lane. And Morgana misses a binding, but J-Web is here, but so is Volibear. The lane gank in the bot lane will not be successful. J will walk over a ward. The Volibear is also here. To be seen on the ward in the Tribush. Renekton on his way to the top side Scuttle Crab. Where Diana will join. Okay, so Renekton helping Diana take that top Scuttle Crab after losing the bottom one. And a clean gank in the top side by J-Web will get another death. And okay, but we have an engage in the bot lane. Wayman doing the low health 1v2 here. Awesome Guy TX is going to flash away, but that will be a kill going over to Wayman. Looking for a second one onto the Nautilus. Nautilus is going to be really low health, going to try to use the shield. It will go down, and that's a double kill for Wayman in the top lane after the gank in the top lane and the bot lane after the gank in the top lane gives J-Web a kill, and that's a 4-0 start for PBE. 2 kills going over to Wayman on Ezreal ADC. I'm trying to take my breaks to eat my pizza without munching in your ears. We've got another fight in the mid lane that brings Snow returns very low, but Cozy Nebula is also nearby, but so is the Diana. If Cozy Nebula was to look for something, there's the teleport. Cozy Nebula will walk away. Will they engage on Expo? Expo recall will get canceled. Is in a tough spot here now. Does he have flash available? Does have the flash available. Is able to use the gravity well to stun up the Volibear and get out of there. Good patience there from Cozy Nebula to get out a summoner spell from Expo. But Expo will still be able to live, still maintain the CS advantage as well in the mid lane. There is a dragon that will be started up by Maximus Gaming. Haven't been so successful on the ganks in the lane so far, so we'll be using this opportunity of the recall from the mid lane to pick up the first dragon of the game. That'll be a Mountains Dragon. Mountain Dragon going over to... Oh, this could be... This is an engage here. Expo does not have flash, but Snow Return does not have the damage, and Expo will live. The binding in the bot lane will go wide. Ooh, and Morgana will go down in the bot lane after the gank from Cozy Nebula. It looks like PBE is taking the first Rift Herald in the top side. Let's see if the camera will grace us with that knowledge. Oh, we don't need the camera. We see it here. They got the Rift Herald. And now, a bit of a lane gank on the top side. We're gonna crash. Can they go for a dive here? Expo is here as well. This could be the three-man dive. They're going for it. Diving the Cho'Gath underneath the tower. There's Expo as well. And Ralphie is able to get out of there. Charisma, yo. J-Web and Expo executing the tower dive in the top lane, and they will drop the Rift Herald as well. Here comes Snow Returns. We have low health bars all over the place. There's a flash out from the Renekton. Renekton not able to get the stun off. Cozy Nebula will be here as well. There's a flash from Cozy Nebula. The Gravity Well from Victor. Will that be enough to save his life? They're going to try to put down some more damage. There's a double kill going over to Snow Returns. Able to pick up 2 kills on the backside, but the Rift Herald was still using the top side. So they did execute the tower dive in the top lane to also get the Rift Herald off, but that did result in 2 kills going over to Snow Returns. So Maximus Gaming able to trade something back for that. And also taking away the blue buff. But will J-Web be here in time? J-Web does not get there in time to save his blue buff. Is engaged in the mid lane from Snow Returns, doing a lot of damage to Expo. But will get stunned up as well. Expo able to trade some damage back. And CJ Web lurking. Top lane tower is very low after the use of the Rift Herald top lane. Oh, I thought Ezra was going to look for a steal there. We're just looking to clear out vision in the river. The Ocean Dragon will be spawning in 45 seconds. Here's a fight in the top lane for Grismayo. Cho'Gath has purchased the Bramble Vest and the Bomby Cinder. So should be doing okay in those trades. There's an engage here from Diana in the mid lane. Cozy Nebula is going to get real low. J-Web is able to slay Cozy Nebula. Here is the continued fight from the bot lane. J-Web will eventually go down. That's going to be a kill going over to Expo, who has made it to this fight now, and a kill for Wayman, who's now on a killing spree. Snow Returns will be running away from Expo and Wayman. Expo going to chase down Snow Returns. Snow Returns will. Expo's going to flash over the wall. The dragon will get hit, but that will be another kill going over to Expo on the Victor. Victor now 3-1. Ezreal now 3-0-3. And that will also transition into the dragon. But there is a teleport coming in on the way from the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath may be looking to try and steal this dragon away from them. There's the gravity well going after the Ezreal. Will they be able to get this dragon? I think Cho'Gath is just going to be able to take this dragon away from them as the Cho'Gath is just able to feast the dragon. There is the arrival of the Nautilus and the shutdown. Expo looks like he may be going down as well. Clutch teleport coming in for pay for free LP, taking away the dragon and trading away those 2 kills as well after the dragon. In the end, although PBE wins the original team fight, Maximus Gaming able to come and fight back on the respawn. Now that is 2 dragons in favor of Maximus Gaming. Here's a teleport into the mid lane from Expo. Be a potential engage here. The Morgana binding will go wide, not able to hit anyone there. Chrismio looking potentially for an engage. Cho'Gath continues to push out the top lane. No longer having a tower of his own. May just be a lot of people looking to fall onto Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is going to have to do a 1v3 here. His closest teammate is quite far away. This is probably going to be a dead Cho'Gath. The kill goes over to Charisma. Cozy Nebula not able to make it up there in time. He has nowhere to run. The Rift Herald is spawning. Cozy Nebula will be here for this one. Going to ward over the wall. Expo has returned to the mid lane. Will Cozy Nebula be able to take away this Rift Herald from these 2? We do see the roam over potentially from the Echo, but they will continue the Rift Herald. Expo has shown as well will help out with the Rift Herald. This should be an easy Rift Herald for PBE now, as it looks like Maximus Gaming is going to head and back off of that, and that could be the rotation into the mid lane to the pushing Snow Returns. They know that the Volibear is also in the area. There's the recall from Charisma. Potentially. It looks like Cozy Nebula. Okay, looks like all of PBE will be here for this fight. There's the ultimate from the Volibear. The Volibear's going to run away. There's the flash forward from Charisma. We'll get the stun onto the Volibear. The Volibear will get really low, but will not go down. Maximus Game going to go ahead and disengage that fight. They have an ulting Renekton that is very angry in the mid lane. What will they do for it? There is the engage underneath the tower. Diana's going to get really low. Diana, the Black Shield will not be enough. Well, I mean, I guess that does nothing for a tower shot. The Black Shield will not be able to save J-Web, probably being a little bit too late to stop any CC from happening. Wayman, potentially in a precarious situation, but is playing Ezreal, does have the E. I can't think about the E's called. Does have the Ezreal E to get away if in trouble. Arcane Shift, that's what I'm thinking of. And that will be the first turret picked up from Maximus Gaming in the bot lane. We see that the gold is rather even here at 16 minutes in. 27k to 27k. At 4 minutes, I think Maximus Gaming was down like 4k or 3k, something like that. So they have definitely brought this game back from the deficit that they were in earlier. And they have 2 dragons to show for it as well. The CS seems to be relatively closer across the board. The Kai'Sa's up 14 CS. The Cho'Gath is up 13 CS, but that's before Chrismio picks up some waves in the top lane. The mid lane CS is relatively even. The jungle CS is relatively even, which would result in a pretty relatively even game on gold in general. Do we see engage? Do we see Diana walk up to the top lane to try to catch pay for free OP? Looks for pay for free OP will just simply get the free teleport, the free recall, the free reset. That ward there not being seen by either of the pink wards that are near it. Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's just well placed in between both of those two wards over the Dragon Pit, I'd imagine. Blue team has summoned the Rift Herald that they got earlier in the mid lane. Should be able to get off a good charge there. The charge will land onto the tower. The dragon is spawning here in 3 seconds, looking for the first Infernal Drake of the game. This is an Infernal Drake map. This could lead towards Elder. This will put not Elder, but Soul Point. This will put Maximus Gaming on Soul Point if they're able to get this. They do have the choke if that is here. There is the hook on to Expo. There's the massive engage from the Diana on to Maximus Gaming. And the Benjamins there with the ultimate and the golden. Wayman is in there. Wayman is inside. Wayman will E over the wall. Will get chased down by the Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath is chasing him. And Pay for Free LP is now on a killing spree. And besides the incredible engage from PBE, the team fight is lost. And that's an ace for the side of Maximus Gaming. Not able to pull out the team fight there, as the team fight is simply easier to execute for Maximus Gaming. And there is the tower in the top lane falling. Going over to Pay for Free LP. Pay for Free LP 2 hours up. 2 hours. 2 levels up on the Renekton. There is the engage. Oh, the hook, but a good black shield from the Benjamins will keep Wayman alive. Well, un-CC'd. I'm not sure if he would have died, but definitely would have been in a treacherous situation for sure. Diana on his way to the top lane. Can they engage on the big Cho'Gath? They decide not to. Cho'Gath quite strong at this point in the game. There is, oh, this time the Black Shield will not be in time. Will be in time to stop the knockup, but there is the engage from the Volleybird underneath the tower. And here is the Cho'Gath looking for Wayman, and there he goes. He will be able to get it. Pay for Free LP. Able to pick up the Cho'Gath. Now, the Ezreal now 5 and 4 on the Cho'Gath pick. There is the hook by Omnivious. And Crozy Nebula is on a rampage. Look at the massive Cho'Gath running down Expo. And that should be another tower down in the mid lane. Expo will drop down an ultimate, and that should be able to get him a kill on to the Omnivious. The Nautilus goes down. That's a kill going over to Expo, but the towers go down in favor of Maximus Gaming. Next Inferno will be spawning in 2 minutes, as pointed out there by the Omnivious. Yeah, knew it. What you know, Maria? What did you say earlier? I forget. That they wouldn't have the damage to cut through the tanks, or too much tanks, not enough DPS. Ah, yeah. This is very true. They are struggling to get through the front line of Volibear, Nautilus, and of course Cho'Gath. And that is not Ezreal's forte. Just historically, the champions kit is not built around that. It's not a Vayne, it's not a Kaisa, it's not a Kog'Maw, or even like a Jinx. Something that builds attack speed. Just any non-attack speed ADC struggles in this situation. Like a Jhin would also struggle in this situation. And Victor, I mean, although Victor is not the most bursty champion, it does put out a bit more consistent damage in team fights. It's still not like a Cassiopeia. Are there other mid champions that are good against tanks? It's not like a lot. I don't know, Brand, but you don't really see Brand mid. Most mids suck against tanks. And Renekton also very much struggling in the early game, is able to bully out Cho'Gath a bit. Late game, not at all. It's just going to have to clear out here. Clear out the CS. J-Web will be spotted here by the Nautilus. Ah, yeah. Renekton down here having to face this Cho'Gath, but what can he really do? Also, Snow returns. The Nautilus in the side lane versus the Echo. The Echo just simply able to get away. The Echo does not. If Echo hits R there, maybe Echo dies, but Echo does not have to hit R there. And here is the Dragon. And Cho'Gath is on the Dragon. They have to give up the Dragon. That's going to be a Dragon going over to Maximus Gaming. And there is the Infernal Soul. 4 Dragons to 0 in favor of Maximus Gaming. 4 towers to 1. 43k to 39k. They're up 4k as well. And 4 kills here at 24 minutes into the game. Maximus Gaming in the driver's seat so far. And by so far, I mean now, because they weren't in the driver's seat at the beginning, but they are in the driver's seat now. And so far, PBE looks like they're kind of along for the ride, having to play reactively. And this could be the rotation over to the Baron. The objective control for Maximus Gaming has been very on point so far. This could be a catch out for J-Web. Able to catch out the ADC. Kaisa getting caught by herself. Her support a little bit too far away. The binding from the Magada not able to land. This could be a push onto the mid lane tower for PBE, but they decide to walk over towards the Baron. Clear some vision. Do they go for the Baron play? They're going to start hitting the Baron. Cho'Gath does have teleport available. And there is a teleport after Cho'Gath picks up the Baron, and there is the hook on to Wayman, and there is the engage from the but there's a shutdown from the ADC. The Omnivious goes down. Cho'Gath is here, unstoppable. Cho'Gath, big tanky man, is here, but Wayman still putting out the damage from a distance. There is the stun. ADC, Wayman able to get the shutdown as well. And it looks like PBE is able to, for the most part, win that 5v4. Taking out 3 members in exchange for, well, 3 of their own. They're able to, you know, make it even. But that does get more kills onto the ADC. Women now 5-3-5. Ezreal could always use more money. Not having the most money on PBE. Kaisa fucked up. Should have been game if he was around. Yeah, it does look like if that was an even fight instead of a 5v4. I mean, it was a 5v4 and PBE traded that evenly. If it was a 5v5, that was probably a massively one-team fight on the side of Maximus Gaming. So, but that's also why they decide. I'm sure that's also why PBE decided to take the fight, because it was a 5v4. I think they were hitting the Baron to bait them into a fight where they knew that they would have the advantage. And they did have the advantage, and they got an even fight out of it. Even trades at this point in the game do benefit the team that is down. Kind of funny. Oh, no. And then the trade back, the catch back in the same spot, but this time the Onivius was there. And they're able to catch up the Diana. There's the jungler of PBE getting caught out, and Maximus Gaming will move on to the Baron. And they have a Cho'Gath. I don't think PBE has any chance of taking away the Baron from them. They will not even attempt. Instead, they're going to go for a play in the bottom side of the map. We see the teleport from from Expo into the bot lane. See if they can catch out the Echo. Echo doing a lot of damage to Expo. And getting out of there. Echo won, not the easiest champion to catch out. PBE going all in to catch out Echo, but Echo is able to survive. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see that Maximus Gaming will take their Baron and push down for an inhibitor tower. And boy, look at how tanky that Cho'Gath is. There is another engage from the Onivius onto Expo. Expo will get chased down by the Volibear. The Benjamin will get low. There is the engage from the Diana. Wayman able to pick up 1 kill. 3 members to 4 left. There's the engage from the Kaisa. Kaisa able to kill Ezreal. There is a kill going over to Expo. Now it's Expo versus 2 meaty tanks and has to defend the Nexus towers. Expo will not get hit by... Oh, but there's the flash forward from the Cho'Gath and the consume, the feast from Cho'Gath. Too powerful. And the Nexus towers will take down Cho'Gath. Koji Nebula, the only one left alive. 1 second until the Benjamin. The Benjamins has respawned. Will Koji Nebula be able to close out this game? Looks like he will not be able to. Give me my points. Game's not over yet. Nexus has not exploded. MXS popping up. Maximus Gaming very much so in control of this game. Up 6k, 4 dragons to 0, 7 towers to 1. PBE looking to do a death push on their side of the map. There is the engage from PBE. Oh, but they're into an Elder Dragon. They did all in, decided this was their last hope. And there is the ba of Elder Dragon. and that will be the one team fight, the clean ace for Maximus Gaming, and there is the game going over to Maximus. GG, Maximus Gaming. 6, 7 in a row? I don't know how many games in a row that is. I think, I don't know. Multiple games in a row. I think they're on 5 in a row, so now 6 games in a row. One for Maximus Gaming. Unfortunate there for PBE that they were not able to. What? Why am I getting. What? Huh? I didn't play in that game. Why am I getting rewards for spectating a game? I don't understand what's happening here. What is this? What is this nonsense? What's happening here? Huh? Okay, cool. Most damage of the game. The damage is being done by PBE. PBE putting in the best effort that they could. See the most damage of the game being done by Expo, followed up by the Ezreal, and then Cho'Gath following up after that. Cho'Gath being an absolute monster, pay for free LP. Enjoying playing his Cho'Gath. Has been has looks like it's been quite the comfort pick for Maximus Gaming, and we're moving on to our next game.